whatever.
Continue from here, you can make a note in case.
Yeah, and then continue from here. That's a good idea. Okay, so I'm on the 10th slide. Okay, so following up from what was the last slide? I can't remember.
Geographic
farming.
Yeah, geographic farming. So the slide prior to that was identifying your client. So you've identified yourself, you've now identified your client. Now you're going to actually physically go in and do some farming, find out what's going on. If you look at the image that I've put up on the slide, it's a highlight from the Canadian immigration website. I look at that quite regularly, actually, because the numbers do fluctuate. This is from 2017. We are a fast-growing city, particularly Toronto. It's growing like there's no tomorrow. This is some people are calling it the next Silicon Valley. Some people are saying that we're going to be Tokyo, London, and like Mumbai, very dense. So to try and get an area, either you're getting more choice, so there's more candy out there in the store, or it's getting more confusing where you're getting so much choice you don't know where to go, and the demographics are very different. So again, that will be something you would need to study. Any kind of historical activity in the geographic farm that you have chosen, whether it's Markham, Scarborough, wherever, Mississauga, wherever, get some activity on it, get some history on it, even if it's 6 months, a year, 2 years old, get some history on it. And also the current ownership, their age group, their genders, are they families, are they new guys, are they students, is it predominantly a rental area, why is it a rental area, we near universities, whatever the case may be. Find out if there are other agents like you out there that are doing the same thing. Are they farming in that area? Could you join them? Could you ask them to shadow them? I've had people ask me, and I've not had a problem. I've like, yeah, come along. I don't mind. Doesn't make a difference to me if you want to. I've had people that have wanted to do an open house with me, but for legal reasons, we couldn't have two separate people from two separate brokerages being at the open house. But if I had somebody from here, I've been to other people's open houses. There's nothing wrong with that, and I think that I would embrace that. I would probably tell you guys to do that more often, because the more knowledge you get from people that you meet physically, the better your position is for when your own open house comes along. So what other agents are doing is important, and then obviously you'll ask yourself again, in the way of identifying yourself or identifying your client, identify the neighborhood. Why this neighborhood? Why have you chosen this neighborhood? Is it because these guys speak your lingo? Is it because they're near schools, colleges, whatever it is? Why this neighborhood? Ask yourself that as well, because once you're able to answer that question, you'll be able to answer that question for your client. Because your client's going to turn around at some point and say, why did you choose it? Why have you focused on the listings here in this area? Or you might be able to answer his or her questions where they want to buy in that area. And they've asked you specifically to look in that area. So then, you'll know the answer of why this neighborhood. Connecting is so important, and I cannot stress enough how you can connect with different kinds of people, whether it's local businesses or community events. Make yourself available. Lots of these are free as well. Facebook has a ton of community groups set up, and they're all free. You can join them, you can send them information, you can exchange information from them, you can let them know that you exist. Let local businesses know, let your local hairdresser know, your local, coffee guy know, this is what I do, what the market's like, and blah, blah, blah. One conversation will lead you to another. And at one point, somebody from Tim Hortons or McDonald's or wherever you've last spoken will pick up the phone and call you. I'm not saying literally throw your cards out, but talk, connect with your local businesses. And it gives you so much leverage. Because when you're sitting there having your nails done or whatever, not that I do, but when you are, then it gives you like a feeder to start a conversation. Yeah, people know, that girl, I'm looking, another client comes along and says, I can't find a bloody home and the market's really crazy right now. What do I do? And that you'll come into their mind. Sabina walked in the other day. She does that. Why don't you give her a call? I've given my details to local jewelers if they need it, because they're good investors, and the people that come in there, they're willing to spend their money because they're buying jewelry. Yeah, so connect with your local businesses, connect with local community events that are free as well. Library, They do Markham Life, I think, here, and there's about 5 community centres. We're all paying for them because it comes out from our tax. Yeah, the taxes that Markham or as Torontonians are paying is ridiculous. So we are paying these levies to have these services. So we've got Ainan Community Centre, we've got Cornell, we've got Millikan, all these community centres. Something is going on all the time. And you can plug that because that's what we do as a company. That's what we do. And as individuals, you can do that. And that really works. So as far as geographic farming is concerned, then yeah, connecting is at the utmost important. You can farm till you drop in that area, but you will not get a result unless you've made those connections. Oh, did my slide stop? No, there we go. Is it really hot in here or is it me? I think that the heat is getting quite a lot. It's right under here. That's what happens. Yeah, that's what I boil. Okay, so you've done your identifications, your sellers, yourselves, your clients. You've done the marketing strategies. You've ironed out, and you think you're right in the right place where that's it. I'm done now. I've done my bit. Then you want to reach out a little bit more and try and get that little bit more. So you're looking for resources, alternate resources, anything else that you can get your hands on. We as a business have grown exceptionally in the past 5 years, and we don't have to sing our praises, or we don't have to stand out on rooftops and scream. It's evident, you can see it. Public Choice Realty started out, and we're one of 3 corporations. We've got the mortgage, which we're licensed under, and then obviously we've got the Rathore Bay Law Corporation. So the reason I'm mentioning those is because we are resources for you. We are here physically to help you, help your client, to become that conduit between you and that deal. Whether it's you reaching out to Ramesh, to Vaseem, to me, to Lucky, to Ahad, we're all here as resources for you to say, okay, I need this done, or where do I go? I've got this, I've got as far as this. What's my next step? So these resources are unparalleled, and you will have them in other brokerages, but the extent to the way that we support our agents, I've not seen it in other brokerages. And I have been with I've been with Century 21, and they didn't do bugger all. They don't. People don't care. If you're not producing, you're not producing. See you later. But we do try, and because we're a homebred company, we understand how it is, how we started out. We want to make sure that we give you that extra step, that extra hand. Get out there. You can do it. Public Choice currently has, these are all approximate numbers when I looked at them this morning, or the last time I looked at these slides. We have approximately 52 current listings, 64 new listings, 55 co-op deals. Something somewhere is going right. Yeah, we're doing something that's right. These are all your resources. When you go out and talk to somebody and give them your pitch and give them your speech, you say this is a brokerage that is on par with Century 21. We're on par with Remax. Just because we don't have that branding, it doesn't mean the business is not being generated under that same roof. We are. No Frills is No Frills because they don't have a name. They don't have a tag. But the evaporated milk that you buy from No Frills will be exactly the same evaporated milk that you buy in Shoppers Drug. The difference will be obviously in price. Yeah, and people know there's no frills. So the support that you have of our administrative staff is unparalleled. You'll call any one of my front desk staff, and they'll go out of their way to help you. They'll be more than willing to say, okay, what's the problem? We'll try and help it. I need to cancel this appointment. I need to make this appointment. I need to reschedule this appointment. We're here. Or I didn't get, XYZ video, or I didn't quite get that recording. We're here to help you, and we're able to give that back to you in terms of a resource. I'm here. I'm here for the past 3 months, and I've spoken to a handful of you on a one-to-one basis, which many brokerages do not do. I mean, I could list you, I'd be defaming, but I could list you those brokerages that do not offer that facility, offer that privilege, where you've actually sitting in front of somebody that's been in the market, that's doing it for 10, 15 years, and that's able to hold your hand through the process and say, okay, let's do this. So use me, use the company, use the resources that you have. We're important, and you can reach out to us. We have an annual awards gala. Again, that's another opportunity for you. We call it a Christmas party stroke awards gala for a reason. That's a resource for you. It's an opportunity for you to connect with, to meet with one another, so that you can feed off of work, business exchange from one another. And you'll find that if you start giving your cards out, even if you don't give your cards out, if you start mentioning certain things, people will say, oh yeah, I've got a client looking for in Burlington. What is it? A 2-bed home? Is it detached? Is it a townhome? Does it have maintenance? Blah, 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 blah. One conversation leads to another. So, this is a privilege. And it's a privilege that's not offered to many people. And it's not something that you're actually paying for. It's something that we're appreciating you for. We're telling you that we are a resource, but we're awarding you on the work that you have done in the past year. Again, that is important for you to either attend or for you to either connect with and use as a resource, or look at it as a resource, not just a party where you go in the evening, have food, be merry and come back, but look at it as a resource. I've connected with a handful of television, radio, and kind of these live streaming people. I'm using them as a resource as well. So if you want to be on the radio, talk to me, let me know. If you feel that you have that extra cash where you've budgeted for something and you know that I can maybe squeeze in another $100 a month, see if I can get an ad with the radio. I have those connections with certain people where I can connect you and say, okay, we can do it as a team. We can do it as a home account and take it forward from there. Whether it's, the local Markham Live, I think it's 105.9. that works in this area, or it's a South Asian radio show which is called Pulse. We have connections with those, or I've made connections with people like that. Again, another resource for you. In terms of advertising campaigns, we send out your logos, we send out your pictures on any listings that you get, any deals that you do. It goes out on Facebook, it goes out on Instagram. And that's free advertising for you. Again, that's another resource. If somebody asks you, what kind of work are you doing? What background do you have? Go onto my website or go onto my Facebook. Public choice is yours. Go onto our website, have a look. There's a ton of work that we're doing. When people start seeing that, they're like, oh, okay, they're not a small little company who's just starting out. They've been there for a little while. They've got transactions going through. Personally, since I've started as well, I've tried and created more liaison with new developers. I've been in talks with people like Remington. I don't know if you've heard of them. Remington, Falcon Crest, Mintos, Aresta. These are big honchos. These are big guys who decide to develop in a certain area because they see a niche in the market or they see some open space. The first thing that they look for is sales representatives, because it's not the time where people will just, queue outside their doorsteps and, want to book a place. They need us. Yeah. And we need to make sure that we know that they need us. And so we need to provide that service. So I've been speaking to them for the past 3 or 4 months and creating a avenue for my team, for my agents to say, okay, Remington are doing this. They're going to have a presentation gallery in December 10th or whatever. Make sure you go to that. Take some clients if you have them. If you don't, you'll get the walk-in clients and start your business or start your portfolio from there. Or I could say that, these new builds are going to be built in 2022. So try and get some people that have that extra spare change or do have a little bit of money who want to invest in something but don't want to keep it long term. Next year, they can get rid of it. They can assign it. The assignment's free, or the assignment's $3,000 or $5,000. It's at a low price. So I'm trying to connect with these guys. Remington, the biggest developers here in Markham, not in the GTA, just in this Markham area, the York region. Old townhomes are in Oshawa. Falcon Crest, they're not new. They've been doing it for some time, but they're focused more on properties in Vancouver. But they're coming here and they're happy. They're investing. Arista and Mintos are probably the more branded people that have been here for a little while now, and they've done the new developments. They started out in 2010, and they've been doing those phase by phase by phase, which is, I guess, going more towards Stouffville, 9th Line area. So again, they're good people to know. And for me to create those bridges, it makes it easier, because then when I create that bridge, you guys can just walk over it, right? It'll be easier for you to go from this side to the other side when I've created that bridge. So I'm in talks, and I'm in the middle of doing that. But again, that's another resource that's available to you. So if you do have those ideas, or if you know somebody that's developing, let me know, and we'll see if we can be the first step in there, so that we can close on those deals.
What are the K-Square going to be?
They're a kingdom. Chinese. यार मैंने record नहीं किया था. I don't think I did. I think the first half, or maybe it got disconnected. I don't know. Anyway, sorry. Kingdom. Right now it is. But it's only done 15 minutes. Whatever. Kingdom. So they're a Chinese Canadian. The building's actually owned by a Chinese. He bought the Chinese guy bought that building, K-Square condos. But the developers are originally from where are they? Manitoba, I think they're from, or Vancouver. I can't remember. But they've been doing this for some time. But this the special about this K-Square is that it's the first that they're doing here in Toronto, and they're like a boutique style. We went to those. I don't know how you heard of that. But we went to some of their presentation galleries a couple of weeks or a month ago, and we did some live location spots with them with the radio. So they're good as well. They're starting off at $450. We had 12 or 15 of their units. We sold all of them. Then they gave us another batch. So we did quite well with them. And they're more of a boutique style condo rather than your local, like a normal condo that you have standard items in. This one had spa-like washrooms. They had like a study in this, as they went into the flex room, they created like one of those, I guess, things. They just, it was all inbuilt. It just looked very pretty. Even their concierge and their lounge, it looked very nice. Their presentation gallery was here at Kennedy and 401. Did you go?
Yeah, I love
It was good. Did you sell any?
I bought one.
Oh, good. Good.
That's why I asked.
Oh, that's why you asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Why not? They're good condos. And I think you'll get a good return. And they're free assignment. So if you change your mind, then you know that a year or so later you could just give it to someone else. Yeah, good. I'm glad you did that. Okay, sorry, we're going to be pushed on time, so I'm going to try and hustle through the next bit. So make yourself stand out from the crowd. You want to know that you are different. You're not Joe Blogs. You are somebody that is a force to reckon with. Your mission is to offer the best in real estate services, knowledge and education to all residents in the Toronto or the GTA area, whatever area you want to call it. So make sure you have your mission ready and it's done, it's marked out. Your motto or whatever you want to call it, mission statement, other people have different words for it. Good day, I'm Sabine Hassan. I'm a real estate professional sales agent with Public Choice. I'm an asset to our company, and I'm a useful resource for sellers, buyers, investors, or budding real estate entrepreneurs in the entire GTA area. How can I help you? Yeah, it's your pitch. It's how you present yourself to the person that's there, that's willing to part with their hard-earned cash or hard-earned investment, whatever they've got. You are the face of that. So you make sure when you're starting out on your pitch, you make sure you know what you're saying and who you're approaching it to. So say if you're speaking to a crowd of students, you'll know your pitch would be slightly different. Yeah, it'll be on the funnier edge. It'll be like, a little bit colloquial. Whereas if you're presenting it to a boardroom full of CEOs, and directors, they're a bit more tough-lipped, if you like, and they want to just hear facts. They just want statistics. They just want facts. Get down to the bottom line. I'm done. Yeah. So know who you're speaking to, but keep your motto as much as you can. Sorry, I don't know if you guys saw that. Yeah. So this is something similar to what I was showing you earlier, which is what we do on Facebook. We create flyers for you, and we do that free of charge. So we paid for something that's called Photoshop. It's an editing tool that is used by photographers mostly, but we've bought it and we have a license for it. So what we do is we cut out your picture and put sold conditionally or leased or listed or sold firm, whatever it is. We put that on our website, and we create links to it on Instagram, Twitter, whatever social media there is. And about 900 odd people look at it, or however many followers we have. And then just to give it an extra boost, every now and then I'll inject a little bit of money into it, extra spare money that we have marketed for or budgeted for, and I'll boost a certain area that I think will be beneficial to the people that I'm targeting. Anything else in terms of marketing? Like, we've got a calendar out here that Lucky, I, and Ahad, we've created a team between us. We work together, just made sense. So that kind of thing. So anything like that, the flyer here we do in-house, but something like this, you can contact a chap called San from Superb Design, and he's very, very good. So he's got templates of ours already, so you just have to give him your photo and your details and whatever you want to write, like the content, and he'll run with it. But don't print them for the sake of having a new toy. Yeah, print them with the thought in your mind, I'm going to distribute these damn things. Yeah, don't have them lying in your garage for months on end, not going anywhere, because you've spent money in there. Yeah, you've spent $200, $300, $400, whatever you've done with it. These are really useful. I know people don't think that they are sometimes, but especially calendars. These are magnetic calendars. So, you'll always need a calendar. I'll look through loads of different things, and I'll throw 9 times out of 10, throw loads of things in the blue bin. And then if I see a magnetic calendar, I'll be like, maybe I'll keep it. And I'll just stick it on my fridge, because I'll always need a calendar at some point, right? So that's useful. It's helpful. If you do need these, we have a better rate, because I work with San, and he gives me and my agents a better rate than he does to the market. So if you want something like that, let me know, or give him a call direct and just say to him, Sabina's asked me to give you a call, or I got your number from Sabina.
How much, for this kind of magnet?
For the magnet, I think it was 84 cents. 84 cents, yeah.
How big is it?
So you've got 2 sizes. You've got this size. I don't know the exact dimensions, but you've got this size and then the half size. The half size, I think, was 65 cents, and this was 84. Something like that for 250 is his minimum. And then it's like 1,000, and then 10,000, whatever it is. But like I said, that might be money wasted. It might be money in the drain if you're not going to distribute them. Find out where you're going to distribute them, who's going to distribute them. Are you going to do it yourself, or are you going to hire somebody who's going to do it through Canada Post, and then buy them? I would never recommend anyone putting money here or talking to anyone before they know that they've got that sorted out first. It's really important. Otherwise, they'll sit in your garage for days on end, and it'll be a waste of money. Yeah, and 2020 will be finished by then. You don't want that happening. So just as a sample, don't take this as gospel. Just as a sample, I've got a marketing budget. So like I said, your flyers, your calendar, your brochure, social media, photography, installations, or any kind of media. To have your marketing plan, have your marketing strategy, you've got to have some form of a budget. So use this as a sample. It's not something that is written in stone, something that you feel that you can put this much money in it. And then by the side of it here, put the actual. Oh God, sorry, it's Akash's iPad. Here we are. So where you've got the product, the source, the cost, the distribution cost, the quantity, and the budget, then put your actual as well. That's really important. Yeah. So if I've budgeted for $100 worth of flyers and I've actually spent 200, what am I doing? Yeah. So that will give you a snapshot of what you're doing, where you're going wrong, and then you'll say, okay, I didn't do anything for calendars. Because obviously you only have them once a year. So maybe I can just do it the one time and be done with it. Or maybe instead of the calendar, I'll change up my plan. I'll do something slightly different. I'll do a postcard, or I'll do something seasonal. Something people love receiving stuff in the summer. So something in the season. I'll design something else. I'll ask Sam to design me something else, and I'll inject that $100 there. Yeah, or I'll levy it out. Social media, obviously we do. There are other things you can do yourself. If you've created a page for yourself, you can boost it and give yourself like a cap. I'm not going to spend more than $15 this month. You could spend $1 a day, or you could spend $30 a month, whatever, $100 a month. The sky's the limit. But if it's working, if it's not working, stop. Yeah, start, stop, continue. Yeah, so you start something. If it's not working, you stop. Yeah, you only continue if it's working, if it's giving you results, and you'll know that with the way your phone rings. Yeah. Photography, we have a guy here. He works independently. Excellent guy, Victor. I'm sure most of you know him. Really nice guy. He does some really good designs. He's got some good offers as well. He's a good contact to have. Installation, I use a chap called John, I think his name is. He's from Brooks Installation. Great guys, family-run business. They've been doing it for a couple of decades now, so they really know their stuff. They pick up it's a for sale sign, and they have like these red and black and I think silver posts. So you email them, they come in, they put the post in, and they'll hold your flyers as well. Either the flyers, the riders at the bottom, coming soon, or for sale, or come here now, whatever, and then the for sale sign. They'll hold it for you as well, which is an added advantage. You don't have to physically go there, take it off, put it into your car, and come home. They'll hold it for you. So Brooks Installation, they charge I think $55 or $60, something around that price. They'll go in, install it, keep it there for as long as you need it, 1 month, 2 months, whatever, and then you call them again. And the installation fee is inclusive of the storage of your card and the removal of it. So when you're done with it and you're finished with the listing, you call them again or email them, and they'll come in, take it out, and go.
What is the monthly cost for?
No, not as far as I know. Who do you contact? These guys? They don't charge me a month. Oh my God, I've got a special deal with them. They charge you a month?
Well, I have my sign there. The closing is in February.
Okay.
So it's sold.
Oh, okay.
So every month they're charging.
So you can take that out. I've not been charged before. That's really strange. So every month they charge you for holding, for keeping the sign up. How much are they charging, if you don't mind me asking?
It's $30
per month. Really? Wow.
Installation was 55.
Oh, it was 55. Okay, so that number was correct. I didn't know. I've never paid that monthly fee. So maybe I was one of those batches where I've gotten old.
Is late in February.
Yeah, but I've had signs up for weeks and months, and I've never had that issue.
That's $55. That's
just a flat fee. Yeah.
Flat fee for that post.
For the post. Yeah.
And then obviously the sign you're gonna provide them.
Yeah. Yeah. You give them the sign for the very first time, but the very first time that they give it.
Buy a post.
You can buy it and do it yourself if you want to. Yeah, you could do it yourself. Save a bit of money if you want to. If you want to do that, yeah, you could do that too. There's no reason why you have to outsource that.
Maybe you need to look into that.
I'll have a look. I'll call them. I'll call them and I'll have a look. But I can't remember them charging me a monthly fee.
They might have started charging you.
Yeah, never know. And I've not noticed. Oh my God, my husband will be like, where did this money go? $30 a month. I'm not even noticing it. I'll have to have a look. Yeah, thank you for that, Gurdeep. I'll give them a call, find out what's going on. And then obviously why media? So any kind of media. It could be radio, television, internet, whatever. However much money you want to put in there. The more you're out there, the better it is. And if you are going down the radio or television route, consult it with us, because we'll give you the correct branding, the correct names, and what we need as disclaimers in there. And consult with us certain prices as well. If you're going to go on your own, they'll obviously charge you a little bit extra. But if you say you're coming through a company, then they'll be able to give you the competitive prices that we have as a corporation, rather than just you on your own. So just be wary of that. That's all. So I mean, there's lots more in terms of marketing that we can go on and on about. But just to summarize, you are your own boss, and you've got to stage yourself. You're the performer here, and this is your stage. Use SMART objectives, use the Prince objectives, whichever area, whichever objectives you feel that are working for yourself. But don't just write them on paper. Follow them. You've got to implement them. Follow them. You've got to deploy them. Everything's really lovely on paper, but you've got to be able to physically make sure you see it happening. Yeah. If it's not deploying, then something's wrong. Follow it. Do your homework before farming, and I cannot stress that enough. So many people say, "Oh, I'm farming in this area. I'm farming in that area." Really, they're not farming at all, because they don't know the area well. They don't know the demographics. They don't know who they're working with. So you're not really farming. You're just, loitering. So do your homework. It will make a difference. a difference, because you'll set yourself apart from the other person that's farming. It could be more than one or two agents that are out there. Set yourself apart from the others, so that you can tell the difference between you and them. Stop doing what isn't working, start doing what is, and do more of it. And the opportunities that you guys have now is immeasurable, because you have resources, you have the time, you have the setup, you have the backing from people that have been doing it and that are still doing it. It's not as if we did it many years ago and now we're not doing it, now we're just teaching you. We're still doing it, we're still hustling, we're still out there trying to get that deal or close that deal. So seize every opportunity you get. Don't let anybody make you feel that you're getting off the dinner table or whatever. I mean, mind your manners, but set yourself that time and set yourself that goal and seize that opportunity. If it means that you can't attend a certain family get together but you can close a deal, seize that opportunity, because that opportunity probably won't come every time. And in my culture, it only rains once in a while. They say that when that good fortune does come your way, you've got to grab it. Yeah, you've got to grab it and make the most of it. Continue what you're doing if it's reliable, if it's consistent, and if it's giving you your results. If you feel that something you're doing and you're putting either money on it or either time in it and efforts in it and it's not working, stop doing it. Try and get to something else. Our next training, I don't think it is the 18th of December. I think it's earlier than that. So I think I got that wrong. I think it's the 4th. Yes, it's the 4th of December. And this is the training after that. So I think I went one ahead. So the next training is on the 4th of December. And it's to do with CMA, comparative market analysis. Again, that's a really good training, a really good tool to have. Bring your laptops. I will ask the others as well. Bring your laptops, because I'm going to ask you to sign into your own token, create your own CMAs. Once you've got your own CMAs, then you'll be able to see, this is really simple. It takes 10-15 minutes to do, but it looks so good. It looks professional. And when you're presenting it or emailing it to your clients, it looks even better. And once you start doing one or two and you have them in your portfolio, you can play around with it at home and change things around so that you'll get more used to it. So
Sabina,
that's it for me. Yes.
Really quickly, I know we're past the time, but I wanted to ask you, what's your opinion on lead generation software?
You can. How much are you paying for them? That's my question.
Okay.
That's my question. I mean, I have, you won't believe it, Ruel, I have 6 people call me this week. We can generate your leads by 10-folds. We're a company. We do this, we do that, we do that. What do you do? Show me what you do. They would not, none of them would give me a trial. All I wanted was just to see, what do you do that I cannot do? Why am I paying you? I don't mind paying you. If it works, I don't mind. But show me a demo. Lead generation is great, but in the digital market that we're in, you can do it yourself. We're doing it for you. We're doing a lot of it for you ourselves in-house. But if you feel that they have, they have a little bit of clout, and you feel that they've shown you and it's proven, they've demonstrated it, and they've given you that trial, then there's nothing wrong with lead generation software.
Are you aware of anyone that's reputable?
No, I wouldn't recommend. No, I wouldn't recommend any of them.
They will be doing whatever we did discuss in the class.
Yes.
They will put you on the Facebook, they will put you on the Twitter.
That's all that they do. When I when I have time and I talk to them a little while longer than 3 minutes, then that's all it boils down to, because they don't have anything else that I don't have. They'll go into but then they'll do that non-stop. That's their main line of work. Whereas in my day, I'll do 7-8 different things. They'll do that 700 times in their day. So obviously they're going to get something, aren't they, out of it? But I've not seen any results, and I've not seen anyone prove it to me. If I had, then I'd say, yeah, these guys are good, go with these guys. But I have not, and I wouldn't. I would be reluctant to go down that way. I would much rather, Ruel, you say, yes, I'm going to go out there and knock, door to door, or I'd rather just sit in a community event and introduce myself. I think that would get you far more leverage than anything like that. Any other questions? Any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, after that.
After-
Because it's like, I'm preparing an offer and then I just want the advice from you.
Sure. We could do that. Sure.
Just
Yes.
one more.
Yes.
It's not related to the,
Yeah.
regarding the sign again.
Yeah.
I can have it on the lawn until closing or not,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make that.
Yes. You can have it on until
It's a long
closing.
closing, so.
So yeah, you want to
just
keep it
like
on
free
the.
advertising.
Yeah, it's free advertising. Yeah. I think you would. But if you need it for another one, then pull it out because that deal's closed. It's done, right?
Yeah.
It's a firm sold.
It's a phone sale.
Yeah. So
just
then-
the closing is.
The only people that I think Gurdeep are going to see that are people that are driving around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can keep it there. I'd keep it there.
Actually, you know it's $15 per month.
Oh, is it
After the 55.
after the 55 is 15?
That's not bad.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. $15 worth of advertising for the
Because
month.
every I get an invoice through my email
Oh, okay.
every month. So and it tells you
That's
from the
$15.
25th to the 25th of one month. You get-
I think that's might be something new that they've done.
Okay.
I don't know, but I'll double check when I get back.
Check that. Yeah, maybe if I'm not supposed to pay because I'm with public choice or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Maybe it's a perk you guys are getting.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll